Welcome to the Consuming Shadow. The shadow
Insanity
that consumes. Insanity Edition. Yes, like everything else, there has to be a friggin' special edition. Although
Okay,
in
so
this
he went
case,
back and added some things?
He did, yeah. So in this case, the original version of the game was a self-published thing. The Insanity Edition was when he got it onto Steam.
Okay.
So I have seen very little of the original version, but the one thing I do know is that they changed the level up system a little bit in a way that I really like. Because originally,
it's better now.
Yeah, originally it was more of a traditional, like, you gain XP, your level goes up. Here it's something that's kind of neat.
Okay.
So this is the Consuming Shadow. This is a side project to the Chzhit mythos. This is more in dealing with what the Ministry of Occultism deals with on a day-to-day basis when they aren't being wrapped up in the machinations of Chzhit, the pain elemental, who is really just trying to solve some internal HR disputes, and we happen to be the paperwork, basically. Also, for the first time, I think this is the first time I've ever actually played a game on this thing. I've never actually had to be good at anything other than, knowing how to click on stuff.
And it's basically a roguelike, too, so failure is probably in the cards.
Yes. Very likely to fail. I did put about 56 hours into this on launch, but that was a very long time ago. And I did like a little bit of a half-hour refresher course, but we will see what happens.
Oh, we never introduced ourselves. Hi, I'm Kill Yourself, and this is Kill Yourself.
Oh, hi. I'm also, I'm okay. I'm new game.
That's a joke for later, folks.
I'm Files, Diary, and Logbook. So the Logbook is a very small clickable object. Logbook just keeps track of every game you've played and how it ended.
Oh wow! Died.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go all the way back, but yeah, it's mad.
Success. Okay.
Yeah, eventually you figure out what you're doing. Documents.
So the goal is to get a successful run tonight.
Yes, we can hopefully do that. There's actually several ways this game can end. Some of them are successful, some of them are mitigated. There's actually multiple ways to succeed. So we're going to start off with the Scholar. He is the character you have at the beginning. When you first load this up, he's the only option. He has a car, a gun, and 60 hours to save the world. Last night I dreamt that I was killed by something horrible. 2 details stand out. Stonehenge in 3 days. And I've learned not to dismiss my dreams when they get this vivid. For some reason, I cannot shake the sensation of déjà vu. I have memories of assembling a ritual, fleeing through darkened hallways, and firing a gun at something unimaginable. I feel like something distant part of my mind may have died this way hundreds of times, perhaps thousands. Nope, too much. So this is, click. That is something we're going to have to be dealing with throughout the game. This is probably the most Lovecraftian protagonisty we're going to get. And one of the issues is that as you deal with the madness, it eventually overcomes your will to go on.
Yes.
Hence the suicide mechanic. Challenge modes over here. I have not done any of them. They're very hard. You'll also notice the date at the top of the screen. That's randomized. It can land on July 28th, and there is an achievement.
Is that ultra hard mode?
No, it's just an in-jokey. If you land on July 28th and certain other conditions are met, you unlock an achievement. It's very random. Okay. It's the only non-challenge mode achievement I haven't gotten. So this is the level up system. Instead of a generic just levels, as you play the games, you build points and you get more birth stars. The way those work...
Okay, so your tech tree is a constellation map.
Correct. So you can place the stars in the sky on the night of your birth. Every constellation has a different thing that it affects, and the thing is, the closer you place to the constellation, the stronger the effect you get. So you notice that you can put it in between 3, for example, and get different effects for those. So you can space them out. And
are you placing stars just anywhere you want?
Correct. Yeah. You
don't have to place on constellations. The constellations just tell you where the good shit is.
Yeah, I could duck them all up here in the top left and just waste everything if I wanted to, but we're not going to do that. Sanity is always good. Sanity you're going to be running out of very quickly. Yeah.
Car speed seems pretty good. Seems to save you time over time.
Car speed's also good. Random spell chance is pretty good.
What does that do?
Just the more likely that you'll get spells.
Okay.
So we'll dunk a couple over on sanity. You can also pile up multiple. So, for instance, I got 15 sanity there. This one's going to give me another 10, and now I have 25 total. I believe 25 is the cap. But then we've also got some extra speed on our car, some random spell chance. Medkit capacity is okay. It's hard to fill that. Health is, I would argue,
seems
better. And then this way we can get even more car.
Wow, our car's going to be pretty fast then.
Yeah.
We should have plenty of time.
Time gets et pretty quick. Alright, so cars got a bit of a bump. We got some nice health and some sanity. Still got 3 more stars. Research doesn't help you because I've already unlocked all of the enemy files. It just makes that unlock faster, and I've already done that. So let's just get the med kit because try to find the sweet spot for 25. And what the hell, 24 is fine. And let's see if we can optimize the car a little more. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna get any more sanity. I was wrong.
You got 3 more.
Oh, I guess there isn't really a cap. We are so damn sane.
Good.
All right, that's your level
We won't have to kill ourselves.
Hopefully not. I really would like to avoid it. Sometimes it gets difficult. Okay, 60 hours left. We have a text from our bosses. You can find information you need in towns tainted by the shadow. If you want advice, I'd start in Blessup and work it out from there. Okay. HUD. Sanity is the green bar in the upper right. Next to that is the red bar is your health. Okay. Cash below it. We have 15 pounds.
All right.
Time and date on the steering wheel on the center console over here. To the left. These are illegal drugs. They can help restore our sanity in a pinch. They have very adverse side effects.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so in a pinch.
Yes, that is a last desperate grasp on the material world type situation.
Do they say what kind of drugs they are? Is it just...
I mean, I'm looking at that needle and I'm just kind of guessing heroin, but I'm also...
Right? Maybe
not
diluted because you can't fucking move.
Yeah, I can't claim to have the broadest knowledge of that sort of thing.
I have only had Dilaudid in a hospital, but I remember that feeling.
I was to say I might have mentioned this before. I had a severe eye injury not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
and you got
numbing
some
drops.
painkillers then?
Yeah, the numbing drops they put so they could examine my eyeball was apparently liquid cocaine.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me that. It's probably a good thing they don't tell you that. Anyway.
That's our inventory.
Inventory. We can equip 3 things at a time. Currently, we have nothing, but we do have 3 lockpicks and some bullets. These are our bullets.
Lockpicks are separate. Bullets are separate.
Correct. This notebook is going to be one of our biggest things, and I'm losing time as we speak explaining it, but it's fine. Time runs in real time when you're in the car or a dungeon.
We got 3 gods. One's the one we got to get rid of. One's helping. One's a helper, and then one's opposing them. Oh, so it's very much like Eternal Darkness.
Correct. Yes. The difference being, this is random. Every time it's going to be different gods of everything. This is how we determine and sort our information.
Okay.
Chzhit, Kathoth,
so we
Yarla,
get a little thing.
Yeah, we have we can take all the clues we get and use them to figure out everything we need. What we're trying to ultimately figure out is which god is invading and what the ritual is to stop them. The enemy. I
assume we got to fill out most of this chart to really win.
Yeah, the two facts we need are the name of the invading god and the ritual to stop them. Everything else is supplementary information to help you learn those 2 things. We will find clues as the game goes along. I used to really like these table puzzles in elementary school, so that was one of the things that drew me to this game.
Same. Those were fun. They were good logic puzzles. They used to give us a shit ton of logic puzzles. It was like preparing me for Professor Layton, practically. Because I still use the same strategies.
Oh, yeah. They take the same kind of, critical thinking. Spell book. We got the Banishment Ritual up here. Currently, it is unknown. It is going to be 4 of these runes.
Okay. And those
one of them,
5 possible runes?
Correct. One of the runes is the rune of the invading god. We just don't know what location it's in, or who that god is, or what their associated rune is. But we will find these things.
Right.
As we find spells, this is also where they will appear.
Pargon. Sorry.
Very Eternal Darkness. God, I want to play that game again.
You might be able to emulate it through Dolphin?
Maybe.
Because Dolphin is a GC/Wii emulator, and it's very competent.
I am going to look into that. So, our GPS. Right now, we are only in range of Bleshop and Twinmouth. Also, fun fact, the names of the towns are all randomized. They are just prefixes and suffixes of Englishy sounding towns, kind of randomly squished together, except for Stonehenge, obviously. That's where the ritual needs to be performed. All right. 41 miles. Let's go.
And we go how fast?
That fast. Took us about an hour.
Okay. This doesn't look good.
Let's see what's in the town. Feel a crackling in the depths of my inner ears, and the backs of my palms are itching, all of which indicates the presence of magical energy. There is a great concentration of it, and it hasn't had time to disperse. The town must be home to a rift, one of the tears in the fabric of our universe, through which bleeds the dark influence of realms beyond. If I can find it, then I can use the same magic it spews to seal it closed. Further.
Yeah.
Isolating the rough location of the rift was the easy part. Just isolate the strands of magical energy, the appearances of otherworldly creatures, then triangulate the point they're all moving away from. So these flavor texts will all change depending on the character. We are currently playing the Scholar. We are just some guy who is well studied in the occult and got wind of some shit happening and decided to take it upon himself like, well, better go help it. And the Ministry of Occultism was like, well, might as well support this weirdo because the alternative is doom. A simple set of divinations.
Sorry, yeah, you didn't finish reading. Go ahead.
A simple set of divinations leads me to an unassuming brick building, a part of the ancient terrace of condemned houses. When I open the door to enter, the blast of escaping magical energy almost throws me off my feet. I'm not going to read all of these. There is a lot of text in this game. But
yeah, but this is a place we can enter?
Yes.
All right.
So we could return to the car and learn nothing and be safe, and then wait 3 days until the doom comes.
Or we could do the thing.
Okay. So, time runs in real time when you're in dungeons, just like in a car. Our objective is to find the dimensional rift and seal it with an incantation. Dungeons in this game are very, very simple, short. Think more like shrines. Yeah, I was thinking more like shrines in Breath of the Wild. They're very contained.
Sure.
They have one objective. You do the objective, you leave, you find the next one.
Yeah.
This grid down in the lower left, that's going to be our map.
Okay.
F1 brings up our notebook, same as in the car. Tab brings up our spell book. Slightly different now that we can actually incant runes.
Yeah, now we can cast things if we know any.
Yes. I would not recommend casting willy-nilly because casting spells eats at your sanity, even if they're not actually spells.
Yeah.
Tapping into magic does bad things to your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Gun over here, got 3 different kinds of bullets. Your standard 9mm rounds, they are bullets, you shoot them, they hurt things. We got armor-piercing rounds, which will...
none of those.
Well, armor-piercing will go through an enemy and also damage the enemy behind it, if there is one.
Okay.
And hollow point rounds will only hurt one enemy, but they deal more damage than your standard 9mm. But You're right. We only have regular bullets right now. You can buy them later if they are for sale. WASD controls your character. Left click shoots your gun. Right click is a pistol whip.
Very good, Harry Mason.
Also,
well, Harry Mason couldn't pistol whip. Sorry.
No, he would just kind of like feebly kick at things until they died.
But he definitely couldn't do fucking melee for shit until you got like one item. I think it was the emergency hammer.
I haven't played the original Silent Hill in so long.
I marathoned it a couple of years ago, I think.
So quick thing, that chime means there's something in this room. An item, a clue, something worth looking at. So maybe in this locker here, we got a clue. The name Gix, as well as the associated symbol, is only ever inscribed in white pigment. To do otherwise is considered ultimate blasphemy. So...
White Nyx.
We found a clue. Nyx is white. So that tells us that there is a god named Nyx in play, and white is his color. Once we've got that information on the table, we can go ahead and just make that clue gray out. We don't have to pay attention to it anymore. We've garnered any information we need from it.
Cool.
Locked door. 15%
Lock pick
chance. Yes. That's pretty low, but...
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, nope. So the lock
it
does...
goes up.
Yes, exactly. But there might be keys around here, so we don't have to keep trying to... That was a big bee. I smacked it and it died. Sometimes shit comes up from behind and spooks you. The other thing is, you can run away from enemies. You can leave the room if there's one in the room. It will drain your sanity by doing that. The torment of knowing that it's behind you. That's a coffer. They suck. But we got 6 pounds.
But it had money, so...
Yeah. 5 health. Also, getting hurt drains both your health and your sanity. Health more than sanity.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Like Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah. There's a documentary that someone's making about that. Oh, we found keys. That's good.
About Darkest Dungeon?
Yeah, like a making of kind of thing.
Oh, like making of the game. I see.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
I liked that game. I heard there's a new expansion coming out for it, like a PvP thing.
I enjoyed it, but I just don't like the end game. And I don't mean to say I don't like the actual dungeons they made. I mean the way the game is structured, how it encourages way more repetition than is healthy.
Yeah, you do gotta I have seen people beat that game alarmingly fast.
Oh, sure, if you know what you're doing, absolutely. But on your first run...
Oh, absolutely not. There's a lot of clues in this dungeon. I'm gonna gather them up and look at them in the car later.
Okay. When you're not getting attacked.
Yeah. Magic portal. Magic rift. It's gonna keep spewing shit out.
Your melee is surprisingly effective.
Yeah, I am partial to the melee attacks myself. You get hit enough, you start to get anxious. So,
yeah.
2 runes floating in the rift. You encamp them, and the rift is sealed. Damn it, Hopper. This is the letting you know it's safe to leave the dungeon.
Okay. Wow, that thing sucks.
Yeah, those spikes will really eat you up.
2 bullets.
2 bullets.
And you didn't use any bullets in here. Well, I mean, we still gotta get the hell out of here.
Yeah, conservation is the name of the game. There are 3 other characters that all have different aspects that influence the way you play. And one of them is entirely melee. He doesn't even get a gun.
Wow.
He's my favorite. Okay. Took a bit of a beating. But we've learned things. So Biarla is not the invading god, and she
hates the god associated with which is the other one.
Correct. Now that could go 2 ways. That could either mean that if Biarla's not invading, and she hates the god that's associated with white,
then they are opposing the invading god.
Then they have to be opposing the invading god. So Nyx has to be the invading god.
So that answers 3 questions for us right now.
Yeah, that is
cool.
Yeah. Because she couldn't be the ally.
No. There's only 3 rolls, so
yeah,
it's pretty easy to suss out.
Yeah. She's not the invader. So she can't be the ally if she opposes... Hold on. Let me just... Yeah. I think that checks out. She's not invading. She hates white. See, because I get really wrapped up in this because it's really easy to make an assumption and then be wrong, and then at the very end of the game, you fuck yourself. Because the game will not tell you until it's time to cast the ritual. Uh-oh.
Right.
I got a text. Fighting in the streets of Stone Sing, they can use some hands-on assistance. Do it or don't, but if you don't, the town won't be safe for long. Well, we'll have to put this,
How far are we?
I don't know, let's check the GPS. We got 7 hours to get to Stone Sing before it falls. Because if you don't get there in that time, it will fall to the darkness, and they will guilt trip you about that.
Okay, let's head in that direction.
Well,
Do we have time to look at this town?
I think so. We still got 5 more hours.
Okay, and how long does it take to...
Like an hour. If the town is clean, I guess, not invaded, not crawling with monsters, Then it's just an hour to go into town and look for stuff. I can buy drugs. I can refill my med kit.
We've already got drugs.
I've got drugs, and my med kit's actually full because I forgot to, heal myself, so let's go ahead and...
Oh, I see. That's just a percentage. It's like a Half-Life wall charger.
Correct. Yes. Indeed.
Cool. That's a pretty okay way to just do med kits.
See what supplies. Spend an hour. We can buy some bullets. We can buy some other bullets. These are nice.
Lockpicking always succeeds? That sounds really good.
Yeah, that's pretty handy. You do need lockpicks in order to make it worth it. But
if we have that on us.
You also have to equip it or you won't get the benefit.
Of course, yeah.
And let's go ahead and buy a couple of armor piercers just in case. I will pull out your bones and drink the marrow as your remains twitch and burble at my feet. I hate getting texts like that. So that's the downside of answering your text messages. Sometimes you'll get that. And you lose some sanity points. Alright, Stone Sing, monster sighted. Let's ride to the rescue. Go in, guns blazing. Shadows attacking the street, wantonly. People are making a valiant effort, but you prepare to lend your efforts to the resistance.
Okay, so bullets are pretty effective.
Yes. Bullets are a great way to not get hurt. And we got so much money for that. Oh my god.
Okay, that's worth it.
That's going to totally make up for the amount I need to spend to replace that health kit and bullets.
Okay, and we spent half of it on our med kit, which is now full again.
Yes. And we could buy a couple of bullets and be
Is that
basically
4 per bullet?
Yes. But I like getting items. Items have a lot of uses, some that are not always obvious to begin with. So for instance, this guy will reduce damage from the coffers and other similar types of enemies.
Oh, so that's all toxic damage.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds good. That's just extending that's just allowing us to tank more damage.
Exactly. Got a report of a sleeper cell in Bill's church. Bill's church is quite a ways away.
Yeah.
But we got time.
We could get there in 11 hours if we maybe, I don't know, hit up Saxbury first. Maybe pretend like we're playing FTL, see how long it takes us to hit these, maybe Saxbury, For All, and Dinforth.
Yeah, we could probably make that work. Let's do it.
I assume that's kind of how you want to play this game. Like, if you just... You could explore things.
Yeah, you could tear ass straight toward, Stonehenge. And probably get your ass kicked. Okay. It's funny you bring up FTL, because that is actually one of the major influences on this game.
Oh boy, here we go.
Alright. He says there are dark forces at work. His hand is nervously rattling in my passenger side door. This is a guy that's just hanging out by the side of the road.
Yeah, I don't fucking trust this guy.
Nope. Drive on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright. We will never know if we left him to die. Damn. So, anxiety is if you take stress damage too much too quickly. It will pass on its own in time, and when you're driving in the car, it basically passes like almost immediately, so that's not too bad.
Okay.
Except, of course, we were almost to Saxbury, so we still haven't.
Yeah.
Oh well. It's not that bad. It just makes your hand shake a little bit. Don't need the hospital.
So the hospital's not a building. That's just like where you go to refill your med kit.
Yeah. There's one in almost every town, unless they fall into the shadow. And I don't have any money, so it doesn't really make sense to go look for stuff. So, for all Dildenforth and Bill Church.
Yeah.
Yeah, to try to cover as much ground as possible. Yeah, there goes the anxiety. See, it disappears. Just like in real life. That's not true. All right. There's an evil here. It will freeze even the busiest of tongues. I imagine this game was really fun to write. Like, all of this fluff text is just so fucking, like, enthusiastic dungeon master running a Call of Cthulhu campaign.
Right. Okay, we found a quest.
Yes. And we also now have bullets we could switch between. Okay. So we have to find a missing person or what's left of them. Warehouses, there are different kinds of dungeons, different buildings and settings, as it were. Warehouses, I believe, are light on clues, but they will provide a lot of items. So that can be
okay.
Good. Oh. He was invisible. 3 armor-piercing bullets, though. Alright, well, we got that lockpick. Got some bullets. Also, the 6, that is your limit as far as ammunition, so if they start to build up, best to use them. Especially if you're in an environment like this, where you'll keep getting more.
So you can only carry 6 of each type?
Yes, correct.
That's pretty slim.
I got us a lockpick. Also, it doesn't do well for you to dawdle. Monsters will appear in the darkness behind you, even if you thought the room was clear.
Ah.
So, best to be efficient. Yes, we got 3, but, like, we only had room for 1. Gonna switch over to the armor piercing for now. It's like that rule in FPS. You always use whatever gun the enemies around you are using.
Yes.
So you always have enough ammo. Okay, so the green square, if you look at the bottom left, is where we are. Yellow squares are rooms that have items in them that we neglected. Like this one right here. Keyring. Beautiful. A lockpick. Ah, okay.
Whoa, what's that?
So, that's a cultist. He casts a spell at you. That's what those runes were that just appeared on the screen. That spell hurts. The only way to take down his shield is to cast the spell back at him. Then you knock the shit out of him.
And he melted.
And he melts. Those will get, as the game goes on, the cultists get faster and faster on the draw. And it can sometimes be a pain. It becomes a race to see if you can hit the tab key before they've zapped you. And sometimes the door, if you saw that just now, the doors will switch around on you. More Eternal Darkness style sanity effects.
Yeah, I did catch that.
Oh, all right. We got a rune over here, right? So
Okay.
check this out. You can look at the rune. It's the Chzhit rune, and it's been inscribed in red. It's either a marking of territory or a gesture of thanks. So what that tells us is that Chzhit is being written by the Red God because either they are them or are friends with them. If the rune could be written upside down, and that would mean it was an insult.
Opposing.
Yeah, so that gives us a clue that we can use on our table, but also, if you stand in front of it, we have 66 sanity, right? You can incant the Chzhit rune at the wall, and we've gained 3 sanity points. Not much, but some.
Something.
For banishing that little piece of madness from our realm. Well, we were apparently too late.
Gee, how shocking.
Time to go. You can get there in time to save them, but not if you wander around literally the entire dungeon until you find them.
Oh, wow.
Getting smacked by everything along the way. So some dungeons you get a reward. In this case, Nyx has no particular interest in our realm. It seems to consider us unworthy of any action, good or bad, insofar as we can understand the motivations of such creature. So Nyx is not the invader. So that changes up what we thought we knew. And I made a small... So Nyx is white and not the invader. Biarla is not the invader. Therefore, whoever's left must be the invader.
Yes.
So that means...
Does that mean Nyx is not white?
No, Nyx is white. We've got that firm. And Biarla hates Nyx. So they are opposed. But one is the ally and one is the enemy. We also know that orange and red are the other two colors in play, but we don't know which one Biarla belongs to. To Dinforth. The whiskey helps me fight off the darkness. Alright. Looks like we have another town taken by a rift. Building that was burned down. Caused by misuse of the object. Find and recover an occult text.
Okay.
Alright. Gonna start relying more on bullets because I'm getting hit a lot. And I don't like getting hit. It causes wounds and lacerations.
Yeah.
Those are typically bad for humans. Oh, good. See?
Okay.
You get more bullets. Use bullets, get use bullets, get bullets.
All right.
That's pleasant. So, another victim of the shadow. Their arms are ruined. Their arms and hands are ruined. Fingers either broken or missing, as if they were clawing madly at something. Corpses found in locations. Every dungeon is the territory of one of the three gods. Corpses found in those locations can give you clues as to the aspect of that god. So in this case, we are in a dungeon run by the god of madness, which
is orange.
Which is orange, yes. So we know that if we find any runes encanted on walls, maybe that information can come together to tell us something. Some hollow points. Those are very good. You're going to want a lot of those on the final boss if you make it that far.
Your bullets, cultist.
You can stun them like that because the game pauses when you have the tab menu open.
Your bullets were not displaying for one room. Sanity effect or glitch?
If it's a glitch, then nope. It's an insanity effect. Okay, so here we got an orange rune. We're in a madness dungeon. Orange is the color of madness, and it's a Chzhit rune. So Chzhit. So orange. Since we found Chzhit in the last dungeon in red, we know that orange and red are aligned. Because they're both displaying Chzhit in a prayer as opposed to an insult, right?
Okay.
So that means does my logic track? So that means that since red and orange have to be aligned, then that means white is the odd man out, which means Nyx has to be the enemy and Bjarla has to be the ally, which would still hold with that Bjarla hates white because as the ally they are opposed to the enemy.
Okay.
Is that all track?
I didn't follow you through the middle of that, but I think that sounds about right.
Sounds good to me. Nobody seems to be disapproving. So I'm going to go with that.
The third god is going to be the invader that we don't know, and it's going to be either red or orange.
Correct. So once we figure that out, we also know that the Chzhit rune is in there somewhere. It's one of them. We don't know which, but it's there. Nothing over here. Get ready to shoot. The field of view is so small that you could overcome, like, something could pop out at you pretty much anywhere. I think there is something to the runes that they cast, but I can't remember how that works. There was a corpse over there, but we already know that this is a madness dungeon, so... Aha! Most of the engraving was too weathered to read the full banishment mantra, but the third symbol was almost certainly the syllable Bati. That is what we came for. We have 1/4 of the banishment ritual. Now time to get the hell out. So, when that escape comes up in big old capital letters, that means it's more than just run away. It means there's something chasing your ass. And the fact that I just lost a little bit of sanity is totally fine, because there are some crazy fucking pursuer monsters. Like Mr. Bigface. If he gets you, you're dead.
Oh.
Shit. Fuck.
Seem to be anxious for some reason.
I wonder why. Maybe it's because I'm being chased by a face. Stop it, light. Stop it, light.
Oh, wow, that's annoying.
Okay.
Okay, we're done.
We're gonna get the fuck out
I was
of there.
gonna say good, but I said done, except I said gun. We're gun. Don't kill
We are
yourself.
gun. I don't think we've quite hit that point. Our sanity's holding pretty solid.
Yeah, sanity's fine so far.
Haven't had to resort to desperate. Well, we could try to hit another town, but then we would have to backtrack.
Yeah, let's hit Biff Church.
Yeah. Short traffic jam on the motorway. Not a major one. Should be moving again within minutes. But I take the opportunity to get out and stretch my legs. Other families have had the same idea. A couple are arguing around a car in the front, and their young daughter, clad in pajamas and a hastily thrown-on coat, asks me if everything is going to be all right. Now, these are special encounters where if we had the lucky charm, we could use the item to guarantee a positive result.
Sure.
We don't have the lucky charm, so that option is not available to us.
We're gonna be reassuring.
We're gonna reassure the little girl. Tell her what I think she wants to hear. Soon she is called back by her parents. Traffic is moving again. I can see her in the rear window of the family car. Then they take an exit into a town that I know for a fact is tainted by the shadow. It happens so quickly there's nothing I can do, and traffic has already herded me on. I think of her face and my meaningless words and grip the steering wheel tightly.
Everything will be fine.
We done fucked up, son. We lost sanity for that. Like FTL, each option in every encounter has a positive and a negative outcome, and it's a coin toss. Unless you have the item appropriate to that situation. All right. Well, find a dimensional rift and seal it with an incantation. Can do friendos. Locked door to the right. You can tell because the little button on the map is red. Item in here. It's going to be in this drawer. Oop, got the keys. That's good. Item. Okay. Nyx. Local folktale. Terror beast comes into their homes. Okay. So, Nyx is the god of fear. So, that achievement I was talking about earlier, in order to achieve it, you have to play with a certain character, which is not the character we're playing. It has to be July 28th on the menu, or when you first boot up. And the invader has to be Chzhit, the god of pain.
Yeah, sure.
Get it? Yeah. That's a lot of variables that have to all come up a certain way, and I've never done it. So, the brains. The brains are annoying, but you can smack them.
Okay, you didn't take any damage there.
No, they kind of float around at you. Since I got this one all the way to the edge, you didn't really see the worst part of it, because once you smack them, once you break them, they split into two smaller brains, and then those come at you, and then it becomes kind of a rhythm game. Smacking one and then the other, and keeping them both at bay until they finally die. And then you get to the later dungeons after the difficulty level bumps up, and they break into 3 parts. Language of the Ancients. The name Yeshug is often identified with a symbol resembling a tree with a dot between the branches.
Is that our third god?
Yeshug, yes, is the Bati god. So the invader is Yeshug, His rune is Bati. So that means the Cuz rune must be Biarla's, because we saw that in both of those dungeons. So we know the invader, and we know the invader's rune. That's great. That's what we need to know here.
Okay.
So that is going to be one of the 3 remaining parts of the ritual. The fact that this is Bati is not necessarily because it is the god's rune. You can have the same rune in the ritual multiple times. That would be more apparent if we had spells. That's how spells work. They're just a collection of runes, just like in Eternal Darkness. What's this? The U rune has been inscribed on the walls here in white. Oh, okay. So this is the... Ew. This is a Nyx rune. A Nyx, a Nyx dungeon. So, fuck it. He's the enemy. He's all by himself. So his is... We got Nyx's whole thing filled out. That might be useful. Let's get a little bit of sanity back. Ew. Ew. Buzz. I got hit. The big bees are called buzzers. Guess why they're called buzzers?
I don't know.
Because they buzz.
Oh.
Yeah.
Seems pretty okay if you get them in the corner.
Yeah, melee is all about timing. And, oh, we got some money. And if you know the timing for the enemies, if you've got it fresh in your head, melee is pretty good. O Biarla, touch the heart of this one I love, burn away his senses with your fiery gaze, and send him to me as a wild beast to tear my flesh apart, so that I may lie nestled between your legs in death. That's
normal.
That's my OkCupid profile.
Mm-hmm.
And Biarla is the god of lust. And Nyx is the god of fear. We knew that. Corpse here. The feet are raw with blisters. They must have been fleeing from something with no apparent concern for the pain. Yeah, that is a clue that we are in a fear dungeon, but there was a white rune. Nyx is the god of fear. We knew that. But if we didn't have those pieces, that is how the corpse tells us those facts. Some money. All right. Yes, thank you, corpse. Aha. All right.
There it
so.
is.
Shim shim.
You did it.
We did it. Ah, so. When written together, the syllables ushim seem to take on the meaning of to open what is tightly shut, perhaps some kind of psychological metaphor.
A spell?
A spell. The open lock spell.
Well, we already got the lockpick, so.
Yep, we got the lockpick, and there are keys. There's many ways to open doors. Casting spells drains your you fuck. Being ambushed by a hopper that I didn't realize was there, and then leaving the room before I could suss the situation also drains your sanity. Apparently there was something in that room that drained my sanity. I missed it. Sanity's starting to go, but I get paid for my work.
Good.
And that's what matters. So, the usual town hullabaloo. Heal myself. Replenish my med kit. See what I can purchase. Ooh, Shutterstock's good.
For the pistol?
Yeah. Shoulder stock. Shutterstock. Shoot faster.
That's something different.
Yeah. That's, there's probably a photography joke here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm too... Oh, cool. You already used that one. I've
Yeah,
already heard that
I've heard that. Yeah, it's fine.
You can't
yeah.
affect my sanity by saying the same thing over and over again. That's just dumb.
Well, you say that, but
Oh,
they
no.
totally can.
Oh, no.
Turns out, being told that someone's gonna rip out your bones and drink your marrow is kind of disturbing no matter how many times you've heard it. Alright, so...
No point in going to Stonehenge, I assume.
Not yet. We've got so many hours on the clock, and we don't even know... We only know 1/4 of the ritual, so...
Okay, so let's go to Goreholm, and then we can maybe swing up to Castlesworth and see Finsby, Almshill, Lawport, Kidgate, Waterden.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
Make
we can
a
loop
big
down
loop.
there. And if for any reason time gets tight for along that way, we can just cut
We
it
just
short.
head to Stonehenge. Because if we don't have everything, we're gonna have to guess, aren't we?
Yeah, and you can guess right. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
if it comes down to the clock, you can guess. And if you're right, the game won't bullshit you on that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, no, the random, whatever randomizer that creates the ritual does so when you start the game. So it has been that way the entire time we've been playing. What's in Goreholm? Ooh. Well. See that? See that? Sneaky fuck. Now that my sanity's started to go a little bit.
I don't see kill yourself.
I don't know. So worth the hour to see if there's anything in town. What do you think?
I think we're good for now.
Alright, back to the car. See what's in Castleworth.
Yeah, we got 100 miles to go, so
Yeah,
it takes a few hours.
I'm actually very glad that fuel is not a concern in this game. That would be just maybe one thing too many.
Yeah.
Reports of a sleeper cell in Finsby needs cleanup sooner rather than later. Do it or don't.
Where's Finsby?
Well, we have to deal with this woman in the wrecked SUV before we can look for Finsby. She screams incoherently until I crouch down and notice a small child strapped into the back seat. Judging by the smell, fuel is leaking. Oh no! The mother is clearly too large.
We've got full health and full med kit, don't we?
We do. Do we crawl in or do we try to clear the glass first?
Let's crawl in.
Time is of the essence. With some miracle, looking where I plant my limbs, I'm able to get into the wrecked car and almost all the way out again without a scratch. But then it all goes wrong. Something large and heavy dramatically shifts and my leg is crushed under one of the seats. I pull myself free, almost blacking out with the pain. The woman expresses gibbered thanks and apologies. She gives me 19 pounds to pay my way to a hospital for my leg.
Okay.
We have a broken leg.
Oh,
That's a status effect. That is bad.
that seems bad. All right, well, let's hope there's a hospital in here.
Hospitals will heal your injuries, and thankfully we are in a clean town where we can do that. So she gave us 19. A discredited doctor operating a backseat surgery. That's fine, though, because 10 for the
Because you
broken
can
leg.
kill yourself.
What? I didn't do nothing. 10 for the broken leg. Still got 9 in profit. That's not bad. So, the reason you want to try to avoid that is because the suicide minigame, every time you accidentally click on a kill myself, it gets harder to resist. So, while it's still good and visible, you want to avoid it. Oh, there's Finsby.
We might as well.
We're here.
Yeah, we're here.
Aww. Wait, that turned quick.
Sanity lost?
No, just fluff text. My, somebody I care about is having a bad day, apparently, and they don't want me anymore. Well, let's go. Paranormal detective to the rescue. Oh, no. Stop. Okay. So this is a dungeon where we got to kill a boss monster. I'm glad I have these hollow points.
Yeah, we've got 4 hollow point rounds.
You will likely recognize Kuzang Bati being chanted in the tent. That night, the warrior who had been near death was hunting more with his fellows. Okay. That's good. That's a healing spell.
Yeah.
We're going to want that later on. Don't be afraid. Wow.
Okay.
That's another good one. Dark Vision. That makes this... In fact, you know what? I'm going to cast that because it's a good spell. It's a good all-purpose. So check it out. We got 45 sanity, right? Going to go ahead and cast that. Now we can see. It cost 5 sanity. Fucking. Thank you. You can see the whole room. It's going to be like this for a while. So Dark Vision's actually a pretty good bit for your money. And it only cost 5 sanity points. Damage to the body appears to have been made post-mortem. The actual cause of death appears to be exhaustion. I think that is supposed to be lust, actually.
Just jerked off too much.
Yeah. You ever seen Hypercube?
No.
It's a very strange movie. There's a lot of time and space warpy type stuff.
Is it a horror movie?
It's a horror movie, yeah. Ah, crap.
Is that the boss?
That's the boss.
Is he taking damage?
Right. No, he's not. That's Spike. That's his weak point.
Okay, this doesn't seem terrible.
This is one of the easier ones, yeah.
You need to stay on your toes, though.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Damn, he gets faster.
How many of these things do you need to explode?
A lot.
Okay, this is... Alright, there we go.
God, I didn't expect it to go on that long either, but shows what I know. Okay.
Is this a sanity cure?
No. Healing Touch restores hit points. Restoration fixes, like, broken legs, for instance.
Okay.
Or maybe it's the other way around. We'll find out. A lot of the game is trial and error, because, you know, roguelike. Yeah, bastard. That didn't go well. Well, I'm going to want to get out of here. We're going to touch mad. Like the fact that my controls are reversed.
Run low.
My controls are reversed right now.
Oh.
That's fine. Until it does that.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Alright, how do we get our sanity back? Besides
Well,
drugs.
There are a very small number of events that will help bring your sanity back. To the point where...
Oh, it's temporary. Shit.
Yes. Personally, I tend to save the drugs if I'm going to need to use them. I tend to save them until I'm about to walk into Stonehenge.
I was gonna say, use it in, like, the final battle, maybe.
Yeah, so the end of this game, like, you are kind of, like, I feel a little bad. I should have made a content warning at the beginning. I apologize, but I'm going to do so now. Suicide is a big thing in this game, but it's also a Lovecraftian protagonist. That's a thing that happens.
I think the audience kind of knows that intrinsically going into this.
I still feel a little bad, and I'm apologizing. But regardless, you're kind of on a suicide mission from the go. So when you get to Stonehenge, it's basically load up for bear because it doesn't matter after this. Is the mentality you have to kind of take. All right. Yeah, if we go up, if we go back north, we're just gonna have to go over old ground, and that's just a waste of time because we still need the ritual.
Oh boy, this place is bad.
Oh no. Well, there are people. Yeah, okay. I see you there. Oh, I gotta seal another rift. Okay, we can do that. No. There we go.
Oh, yes.
Running low on bullets. This is another thing I like about Melee. It's reliable.
It's not bullets.
It's not bullets. Your fists don't need reloading. I see you. Better drop some bullets. Also, if you don't get to him fast enough, the shield will come back.
That sucks.
Yeah, so you gotta be quick. Gotta be quick on your toes. I got so many lockpicks.
We got lockpicks.
We got lockpicks for days. Jerk. All right. So this is a rift that's got multiple seals throughout the dungeon that we have to find and dispose of. So let's take care of this one.
Pargon.
Pargon was the power rune?
Power rune. That's why you kept repeating it, because when you get the higher level spells, it's just Pargon.
It enhances everything, yeah. My controls are reversed again. You best believe I'm streaming Eternal Darkness if I find a way. That's a thing. That's gonna happen.
I think it can be done. It may be one of those games that's hard to stream. I don't know.
I haven't looked into it, but...
Okay, there's the thing.
There's the rift. Alright, take care of...
God, we got one bullet.
And I know where I'm gonna put it. Aha! Recording device picked up the chanting. It was hard to make out, but the second part sounded like ew.
Is that the banishment ritual?
Yep. When you get something that talks about a numbered part in a rune, it's going to be the banishment ritual. It'll also tell you updated ritual.
Incoming.
Bonk. I'm out of bullets. But it was worth it.
God damn it.
We got a lot of money. I'm going to go find a town. I'm going to buy some bullets.
Buy some bullets.
Be fine. As long as we don't die on the way. No,
how would you say this run is going so far?
Not great.
Really?
Not terrible. I wouldn't put money on damn it. Get back here. Ha.
Oh yeah, wow, this looks bad.
Shit like that. Shit can turn on you fast. I got no bullets. I got a smash here, which means I got to breathe this in, which is bad. Okay. Yeah. Shit
oh
like
wow!
that.
What?
Yeah, he casts really fast now. Like I hit tab and it's just too slow. There we go. Shimkuz. Oh hey, I know a guy named Shimkuz. What are you?
What?
I don't know what happened there, but it's fine. He's dead.
2 bullets.
2 bullets.
Are we almost out of here? Yeah, we are. Oh boy.
Apparently, Eternal Darkness works really well on Dolphin. I will have to check that out.
Wiki.dolphinmu.org. Cool.
Yeah, there's a link there. I am going to be looking at that very soon. Not right now. I gotta stop the darkness.
Thanks, Dominic.
Thank you.
Dominic is game journalist, writer kind of person.
Oh, nice. Dominic, you're a solid dude. I appreciate the heads up. Yeah, so yeah, it's not going, like, this is not a particularly great run.
I thought it was going pretty okay. We found two of the, like, here's my expectations, where we're gonna find 3 of these runes and gonna have to guess on the last one.
It's possible.
If our sanity holds out. That's the thing I'm concerned about.
Sure, there is that. We have a lot, damn it. Yeah, see?
Shit. That's
click,
one.
click, click. That's one. I think once that happens, you get a brief respite, but it doesn't last long. Oh, definitely. This is happening. Definitely taking that. I will replace. We got lots of lockpicks and a spell to deal with that for now, because you can only carry 3 things at a time. So, words come to my brain. So, casting the ritual and defeating the darkness are 2 separate tasks, right? Just like delivering, to use the FTL metaphor, delivering the, what am I trying to think of? Help me out here. The plans. The intelligence?
The intelligence. I mean, you give the intelligence to the Federation or what have you.
Oh, actually, hold that thought for a second. This was from the Ministry. When my secretary came in this morning, I pictured her being violated by 1,000 thorny limbs. I can't take much more of this. T.
Waiting.
More of this waiting. Sorry, yes. T. So, it's never officially said that you're going to get messages from T a lot over the course of this game. It's never officially said that it's Trilby. But it's fucking Trilby. Let's stop being coy about it. Anyway.
Wow, our sanity is really bad right now.
Yeah, no, it's not great. Onward to Kidsgate. Oh, no. Man with a knife stands over a terrified woman, convinced that she is possessed by the darkness. He moves to stab her through the heart. I only have seconds to act. What do we do?
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Time is of the essence.
Restrain the husband.
Ow.
Ow.
Well,
We did the right thing.
You did the right thing and took a knife to the gut for it. Ow. We're bleeding. We need to fix that.
Stab wound.
Bleeding, you will lose health over time, and time.
Oh, we got to do something about that.
Yes, and it is time, not perceived time. So the fact that time goes faster in the car, you will lose health faster.
If this place doesn't have a hospital, we need to get the fuck out of here, then.
Yes.
We got to get the fuck out of here.
Fuck. Turn to the car. So we're going to have to do a little detour.
Yeah, fine. Castleworth, is that okay?
I think Lawport's closer. Because, remember, we're going to be bleeding the entire trip. We can check. 64 miles. 87 miles, and Gorham is definitely...
God.
Yeah.
I've driven in a lot of different conditions, but I've never been bleeding.
59 health. Wait. We're gonna pad these. Full health.
Yeah, we can...
All right.
Something about that, right.
See how much we lose in 64 miles. And go! Yeah. See that? What was that in height? All right.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
That's 9 points, man. That is one...
I know.
That is a
I was
good
expecting
percentage.
like 30.
Sure. I mean, yes, it wasn't that. It was still more than I would like to just calmly say goodbye to, but alright. It occurs to me I've been wasting a lot of money refilling that... Thank you. the health kit is always going to cost 15 to refill, no matter how full it is, and I've been sort of refilling it as we go. Imagine.
Oh, it's a thing you should actually hold out a bit longer on.
Yeah, that's the risk-reward factor of it, I guess. How far can you make it on low supplies?
How far can you make it while bleeding from the gut?
How far can you make it after... boy. Hi, I don't know you. A dream told you I should help you. I've sent 11 quid. I hope that's enough. It's not enough, but at least you're not telling me about drinking my marrow.
It'll treat our wounds if we get stabbed in the gut again or break a leg.
That's true, yeah, we'll do that. I was thinking more importantly, it's not I'm gonna break your bones and drink your marrow.
I'm gonna PayPal you $11.
Thanks!
Join my Patreon. I have so many bones left unbroken.
I just like the idea that somebody calls you and leaves you a voicemail, but in a scary voice, but it's really supportive.
Hey, I heard you've been having a rough time recently. Don't worry, it's gonna be okay. I sent you $10.
Okay, and a cult text could have
another ritual piece.
Could have part of the ritual, which means we'd be in. I feel like that would be our chance.
This could, yeah. And in fact, if it's not the name of the god section, then we have the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Because then by default, the fourth remaining spot will be the name of the god. Oh, I got rid of my lockpick. Alright, friend, let's do this. Bop. Bop. Come here.
Oh, he's running for it.
Damn
Oh
it.
my god.
You're upgraded and larger, but you're still the weakest enemy in the game. Oh, also the color of the cultists can also give you clues. The corpse at the beginning we saw was talking about madness. We are in a madness dungeon. The cultists are of the god of the dungeon, so they are orange because that is the color of madness. Lockpick. Which also, by default, Stonehenge is going to be a dungeon of the invading god. So that can be a good way to confirm if you're not sure about something. Whatever color you find in that dungeon is going to be the invading god's color. Failed. 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 Succeeded. The symbol Shim has many uses in the language of the ancients, most notably the first symbol of the notorious Dispel, powerful enough to banish a god. So.
I ran to the bathroom.
Okay. We got the third piece of the ritual.
I wasn't being silent as part of an insanity, in fact. Oh, is a bad thing happening?
I can't hear you. I'm being chased by something.
Okay.
And the lights are flickering. And there's a ghost.
Oh, Jesus.
So, I guess the good news is the ghost will only drain your sanity, and that can only go so far from you, right? No, god damn it. Oh, shit, that's locked. Thanks. I want to get away from the ghost. Well, we are quite mad.
Yeah. Did we just absolutely kill ourselves at 0?
I think, actually, that might be the...
We gotta kill this thing, then. Shit, we can't. Maybe we can.
Okay, I need to get out of this room. Okay.
Return the car. Return the car.
So, we have hit a point. It might be time.
It might be time to just fucking go for it.
Yep. I'm gonna go to Goreholm.
All right.
I'm gonna stock up on bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Because Gorholm, on the GPS, it's still a green circle, so you know it hasn't fallen yet. That's the other thing. Towns that were previously safe can fall while you're out doing other things. Nope. Damn it. Oh, okay. So one of the benefits of resisting the impulse is you gain only 3, very small amount, but something. There's fighting on the streets of Castleworth. That's fucking unfortunate for Castleworth. I don't know what to tell you, friends. Oop. Alright, we got some hollow points. That muffler is not going to help us in Stonehenge. Oh, good. Thank you for sending some money. Alright. Well,
Okay.
go to Stonehenge. Alright.
Let's go to Stonehenge.
You know what? I've been to Stonehenge. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's a
I would
wonderful
actually want to
place.
go there. I think that would be really cool to see.
Yeah, Salisbury Plain is just a beautiful place. They don't let you within 300 feet of the fucking rocks.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
But,
I
you
wanted
know,
to get a lot closer, but... Oh well.
Look, if you tell me not to touch something, I won't touch something, but I do like to get close to things.
You know, you'd like to think... You've probably heard people go to kiss the Blarney Stone in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. Because you know what a lot of drunk people like to do to the Blarney Stone?
Lick it?
Piss on it. And
Oh.
other gross things. Because they know people are coming there to kiss it, and people are kind of terrible sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
In the center
So I
of
guess the
Stone-
drugs? Drugs.
Drugs. Oh, God. Forgot the drugs.
Drugs.
Drugs. Inject illegal drugs to temporarily restore sanity. Yay! So, that's not gonna last long.
Drugs.
In the center of Stonehenge, the ground has been torn up and an eerily lit entrance leads into some kind of tunnel network. I don't know if it's unthinkably ancient or recently built, but either way, the shadow is not even trying to conceal it. This close to the deadline, it must feel assured of victory. This will either be the place where it will finally be vanquished or a fitting tomb for myself. I must be sure that I have all of the runes and the order in which they must be cast for the ritual, or at least enough information to confidently guess.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy! Let's do it, friends! Alright. So first
Okay,
we need to...
Alright, we got a lot of bullets.
We got a lot of bullets. I spent a lot of money on bullets in the last town. I'm fairly certain that this
Is time paused right now? Because I have a question.
time is not paused, but unless your question takes a day and a half, you're fine.
Okay, so, do we know... Are there any rules for how this ritual works? Can a rune be used twice?
I believe so. It's been a long enough time since I played the game that I don't concretely remember, but that's
So you're
fine.
saying-
You're supposed to be confused. It's part of the trip.
So you're saying we have a 20% chance of victory here.
I would...
Maximum.
Mathematically, sure. I'm pretty sure, because none of the other pieces we found specifically mentioned that they were the god's name, and I'm pretty sure the fourth piece is always going to be... The fourth piece is always the rune of the god. And that clue
okay.
you find, I'm pretty sure, calls it as such.
Which we already know, don't we?
We know the rune of the god. It's Bati. Bati is
So it could
also
be-
in the rune.
So you think it's Shum, U, Bati?
I'm pretty sure, because if we go to our notebook, it's Shum U Bati. We know that. That is fact.
That is in stone.
Yes. We go to our notes, and Yeshug is identified with the Bati rune. And based on all the other information we've gathered about the gods and their various interplays, we know that Yeshug is the only one that can be the invader. So
Yes.
we know reasonably sure. And if anybody wants to say something, say now or forever get swallowed up into the great maw
Swallowed
of
by the
an
darkness,
elder
yeah.
being, yeah. I mean, if you're wrong, you'll know real quick.
This is kind of neat. I like this. It's like we've done the best we can, but it's like
it's still kind of hopeless.
Yeah, it's
like,
pretty good.
Because the alternative is obliteration, so we gotta try.
Gotta try.
And the thing is, we gotta make it there first. There's tunnels under Stonehenge. Somewhere in these tunnels is an altar. We need to find the altar before we can do anything.
Do the incantation?
Yeah, there's gonna be shit between here and there, so there's a lot of that could go wrong.
Well.
Okay, then. Into the darkness.
27 hours remain.
Yeah, I mean, we got plenty of time to Into the Darkness. I just don't think we're going to be able to do much more good on the outside. Alright, got a lockpick. Better than a poke in the eye.
So this really seems to wrap up a bunch of elements from various horror games in a pretty neat little package. And actually in a roguelite package, which is also really cool because people love that shit nowadays, don't they?
Yeah, like when this was oh hey, we made it. When this came
lucky.
Oh! And that ladder? That's the altar. Alright. Got super fucking lucky there. Body lies at my feet. Oh, Madness. Man. See that? Madness. Does that conflict?
It does.
It does not.
Oh, no. Oh, it does not. It does not. We don't know. We didn't know that Yushug was madness.
Yes.
We didn't confirm that.
We didn't, so...
Red.
Achievement unlocked, kids. We filled it all out.
Okay.
Okay. So, Bati, right? Normally, normally Stonehenge is much harder because you don't typically stumble dick first into the altar like this.
Well, let's do it then. A win is a win, dude. There was nothing in our way.
Shum u Bati Bati. That's the ritual. Now the hard part. Oh
god, now we gotta fight it.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah. Push back the darkness. Wait till the darkness is done speaking before you push back the darkness.
Can you see right now?
Not very well. Shum. It throws a lot at you.
Objective. Shem u Bati Bati.
Oh man, I think we got it. And here's the thing. We still failed! Guess why we failed?
Why?
Because we are fucking mad.
Oh.
We are blitheringly insane.
Yeah, but we saved the world.
Sure, but at what cost to our own personal self?
I mean, our sanity, yes. We made the ultimate sacrifice, sure.
Which is probably the most appropriate end to these sorts of things.
Wait, no, this seems okay.
No, because we took the drugs.
We're okay, we got drugs.
Oh yeah, we got the best ending because of drugs. Always
we got
drugs,
the best ending
kids.
because drugs fix everything.
The next thing I remember is lying in the grass near Stonehenge, being woken by the dawn chorus. The tunnel entrance was, you fucking cut me off, I don't care. Good work, soldier. Whenever's convenient, report in at the ministry. I might have a little job for you.
Fuck off, Trilby. Go get murdered, or go get consumed by an elder god or something.
Well, here's the thing.
Good job. You did it.
Good job.
It just
one
took
and done.
one run. One and done. That was impressive.
So here's the thing. The first character you unlock is simply for beating the game. And it's Trilby. Again, he's never named as such.
Right, but he's a guy with a hat, and yeah.
He is the Ministry Man.
Garkna and I apologize. We did one and done. It took us an hour and a half, but we did it. That's a pretty good length for a roguelike, though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it certainly feels a lot better than getting, like, to the Rebel mothership and dying.
Yeah. Good job.
And this here, hey look, we got another birth star for the start of the game.
Oh, so the game gets easier as you play it?
Yeah, you need some kind of, way to, incrementally help yourself out.
Sure, yeah, that's smart. I like that.
Yeah, I want to say the ending.
I want to say that was skill right there.
That was a lot of luck. That was a lot of that ending fight. That ending fight took me more off guard than I thought I was.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it being rough and chaotic. I had forgotten exactly how much, so that's why toward the end I was just like, I can't words. I need to do the thing.
In the end, subject was a physically exhausted, mentally shattered, narcotics-riddled, suicidal, jittery demon hunter. Yeah.
That's me.
Which means you're the winner. You're winner.
So there's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm pretty sure there's 7 different ways this game can end.
Oh, yeah?
This was the best one, obviously.
Cool.
There are 2 alternates where you beat back the darkness but are completely insane, which I thought we were, but the drugs apparently count. I didn't realize that. You can also die fighting the darkness. So you've still successfully banished it, but we're never seen again.
I still consider that a win.
You can also cast the ritual with the wrong demon rune?
Can you cast the ritual with the wrong demon rune and just bring it into the world?
Yeah, and that ends real bad. Yeah, and then there's die on the way, there's commit suicide. A couple of other things.
Cool.
So yeah, there is a lot of replay, and you gotta remember, that's 7 different endings, which granted, they come up in a text splash page, but there's also 4 characters.
Mm-hmm. So there's a bit of replay value, too.
So, down here we've got the Ministry Man. His whole situation is he's got a lot of money, and he starts off knowing the ritual, but he's only got a day to get this shit done because of his paperwork.
Oh, that's cool. So he's got money, he's got money and knowledge, but no time.
Yeah, he's got the full support of the government, he's got the backing of the company, but you gotta always fill that shit out.
And only 2 birth stars, so you get very little extra shit.
Oh wow, yeah, look at that. They're the same level. Huh. His birth stars are not great. The wizard, so you unlock the Ministry Man.
Incredibly unlucky.
Still, look, the situation with Phil hurt, man. Him you unlock by beating the game. There are 2 special events that open up incredibly hard dungeons in the game that if you succeed, you basically have to dump enough resources into that dungeon that run is shot. But that's how you unlock these 2 characters. The wizard is very tricky. She has a gun, but if she runs out of bullets, she can't melee. But she has all the spells, and she can cast them freely.
Oh, that's cool.
The problem is she has to keep renewing her runes by finding the ones on the walls. So she is a very different kind of balancing act.
That's interesting.
And then there's my favorite down here.
Just the Fist Man.
The Kick Man.
Kick Man.
Yes. He
awesome.
Is a...
no gun, wanted by police. Special dodge move.
He has a lot of social issues.
Oh, wait, wanted by police is actually a thing. I thought that was just a joke, but now I'm thinking like, oh, that might actually come into play.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be a lot of event nonsense. There's one more piece of this story that I can't do anything about. I've mentioned it a couple of times. There is a novel that Yahtzee wrote called Differently Morphous.
How is his writing? Is he any good?
It's solid.
I can't really judge writing that well, to be honest.
It's the clearest influences are Douglas Adams and Terry Pratchett. If you're familiar with those kinds of...
I'm familiar with Adams a little bit, but not Pratchett as much.
Yeah, not the most flowery of writing, but not everything has to be, and that's fine.
Weird, because it seems like his speaking prose is it can be kind of flowery at times.
Can, but when you're going for novel length, that's not something that's gonna sustain. You're not gonna be able to keep a reader's attention with that for an entire...
Okay. Shows what I know about writing. Very little.
It gets very conversational. It gets very easy to chew through. None of his books are more than 400 pages or so long. He's also made them all they're all on Audible. I'm not being paid by anyone to say this. I just like these books. So this is a call to action, but technically...
Yeah, shill the things you like. I don't...
Yeah.
That's cool.
I just feel like I should say something, because with playing the games, those are free. You're not spending any money. I don't care. My bandwidth. I would definitely recommend Consuming Shadow. It's a lot of fun. It's $10 on Steam. And the novels, you can get a $15 subscription to Audible and get one for a credit. Differently Morphous is about... It's set 10 years after what they refer to as the day the shadow fell. And it is to put it in a nutshell, it's what a supernatural detective agency has to put up with when they have to try to be politically correct in a new age.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's quite fun. I'd recommend highly. But
okay, cool.
Thank you all for watching, and thank you all for going off on this long Yahtzee tangent with me over the last few weeks. For those of you,
it's been fun.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. All right, folks, thank you so much. Have a good night.
Good night.